This is the Homland Rollator Walker. It comes in this box that's roughly 22 pounds. So everything seems to be really compact inside, and I can just pull everything all out. And yeah, that's everything that comes in the box. Here's the whole packaging itself. And the first thing I see on top is going to be this booklet. So it's going to be some instruction manual, and it also does come with a Phillips head screwdriver. All right, so I made sure to take off all the plastics and all the zip ties, and here's what we have. I also put all the tools and all the hardware in this little bin that I have, and I want to see how long it takes to assemble this using the instructions and the tool, which is the screwdriver provided. And so I'm going to start right now. There. And then here you can see the time on my left side. So the first thing is to remove the whole packaging, which I already done. Now it says to unfasten the hook and loop fastening strap. So this should be on here. Okay, so it's referring to this strap right over here. And this is so this whole part can actually be pulled apart. There, now it can open up. Whoops. All right, so definitely need a bigger table than just this. I'll leave it here for now. And step 3, unfolding the walker. So pull out the frame from left to right, which I already did. I expanded it out, and here's what we have. Now it's time to assemble the wheels. So insert the front wheels labeled 1 into the tube with the same number. All right, so here's one, and let's see which wheels they are. Okay, so it's these 2 wheels here. Yeah, it's this wheel. This wheel is labeled 1. And let's see if there's a right or a wrong way to put it. Yeah, just have to make sure it aligns with the correct one. So this is 1, so this goes in here. And it looks to be like a cap here, so I guess I'll take that off. And this can be placed inside just like so. All right, install the knobs and washers on the same side. So it's referring to this, and this will go, okay, just like this. All right, good thing I have another one. Actually, I think I was supposed to use the smaller one. Yeah, I was supposed to use the smaller knob, not this one. And all the washers are going to be like these plastic bits. And I can basically just twist this. And I will say this actually does make it hard to twist because it doesn't provide me with the right tool. So I guess I'll just use my thumb to push it against here. And that doesn't really help. Actually, that's my fault. I did it wrong. So I'm not supposed to put the washer on that other side. I actually have to Alright, so yeah, I'll say it again. I'm not supposed to put the washer on the side of the head, and that's because there's like a pentagon shape over there, so this will make it easier just to push this. So I can actually just put this one here, and then screw this in. Alright, that would make a lot more sense, because this actually holds it in place, and then I could twist this hard. Alright, so I read the instructions wrong, but this is a lot easier. It's going in. I do need to tighten it very hard. Yeah, this still feels loose. Wow. Actually, we'll need to use this. That wheel out of the way. Now it's time to put the other wheel. And this is number 2. So just like before, take that rubber cap out, put this inside here. And by the way, these can screw on to different settings. I just kind of put whatever setting. I think I put it all the way inside. Yeah, there's no more exposed ones, so I'll make sure that these are like the same size as before. Yeah, this is about the same length. And we'll put the screw right in there, push it all the way in, and then grab that washer, put it against it, and then finally this star cap. And just like before, just tighten this real good. Now I actually may have to adjust this later on depending on my height, so I may be tightening it for no reason right now. But in the meantime, let's check the time. So it's been 8 minutes right now. 5 of those minutes were actually just spent figuring that part out, so that was on me. But there, that looks to be good. Yep, that's nice. Alright, so that step is done, and now time for the rear wheels. And yeah, we're using the same strategy as before. I'll start with this wheel, and this wheel is labeled, let me see where I see the number. Ah, there it is, number 4. And I'll add it, I'll just remove this cap as well too, and then put number 3 on as well. And also right now it's becoming a little bit harder because of the size of this table. Okay, that definitely isn't a good idea. And there, I also want to make sure this is aligned correctly, so yep, just like so. Make sure this fits in, yep. Now time for that washer, and then just screw this in. Alright, I'll leave it loose for now. Now time for this other side with the wheel that I dropped. Alright, that looks good. Alright, nice. that step is done. All 4 wheels are attached. And now let me get that booklet that I dropped. I'm guessing, yep, it's going to be time to assemble the handlebars. So I probably don't need this table anymore. I can actually move it to the side, and so we can start working on the floor. There's the lowest setting, and also let me move the camera a bit so you can see a little bit more of what's going on. And also, so you can see the time, it's been almost 14 minutes. Now this right here is definitely too short for me, so I'm actually gonna raise it up right around that type of height. Yeah, it seems to be about 1, 2, yeah, the third hole actually. The third hole will be perfect for me, okay. Assemble handlebars. Unfold your walker completely before you slide the handlebar smoothly into the slot. Alright, that's good. And same thing for this other side. Again, this will be 1, 2, 3, that third hole. Alright, sweet. Got that. That looks good so far. And now it's time to assemble the backrest. So here is that backrest. And this looks to just slide right in. Gotta make sure the logo is put correctly. Homland. It slides just like this. Oh, okay, I see. I just have to get it at the right angle, and also it's like a tough one down. So I have to put a little bit of force to make it slide, yep. Ooh, actually that's a good amount of force I have to put. There. Let's put on both sides. Yep. Now let's see what's next. So after snapping the backrest into the frame, use the screwdriver to lock the screws on both sides. And these are going to be these tiny screws that it comes with. And now it's finally time to use the screwdriver that they gave us. Alright. And there it is. So that should be everything. Yeah. That's everything. The rest that it shows me here is how to adjust the seat height, how to walk with the walker, and then the brake operations. That's basically about it for that. And it does come with a bunch of extra things. So it comes with that extra knob, the other extra knob, an extra bolt, an extra plastic washer, and an extra screw. And these are just going to be the plastic bits that were at the bottom. But yeah, that's it for assembly. So this took under 20 minutes. Right now it's at 18:55. Realistically, this probably should have taken probably under 15 minutes if I didn't mess up that leg. But that concludes the assembly part of this portion. All right, so now it's time to go over some of the specs of this rollator walker, and we're going to start with the weight. So right here, I have this weight scale that I used in the beginning again, but let's see how much this actually weighs once fully put together. And I'll just hold it here from the handle. All right, there it is. And this is roughly 19.84 pounds. Here it is. Hopefully you can get a better look at that. Now, if you're somebody on the wider frame, this is gonna make or break it, because if you can't sit here, then what's the point? So the actual size of the seat itself is around 15.5 inches by 11.5 inches. But the actual space you get from here to here is gonna be a bit more, and that's gonna be 18.25 inches. And so here's what it looks like for me. So I'm 6 foot tall, I weigh 180 pounds, and here's what it looks like. So I do have plenty of space for the sides still. Probably about like, maybe like 1.5 inches on each side. So I can still scoot over left and right. And now let's see how tall this actually is. So this is adjustable too. If you want to adjust the seat height, you're just gonna have to adjust the legs at the bottom here. But in this case, let's see how tall this is based on what I put it at. And this gives me about 20 inches to the top of the seat. And now from the bottom all the way to the top of this handle, this is giving me 35 inches. And if you're somebody even taller or even shorter, you can also adjust this too. So you can have the handles go up or you can have them go down. And this is gonna be like the perfect height for me. Now let's take a look at these wheels. And these are gonna be some pretty massive wheels, which is gonna make a big difference if you're going over like rocks, pebbles and such. And these are gonna be about a little under 7.5 inches wide. And now the thickness of the wheels themselves, they're gonna be a little bit over 1 inch. This looks like to be 1 inch and 1/8. But what about the overall quality of this rollator walker? So at first glance, this thing looks sturdy, and when I actually start using it, you can definitely tell it has good build quality, good build material. And when we look at the handles, these are gonna be some plastic grips, but how well do these brakes actually work? So if I squeeze them about halfway through, it is going to give me a little bit of give, but that's not really what you want. You actually want to squeeze them as much as possible. Once about 3/4 of the way, this seems to be good enough. But if I do give some force, I can slide a little bit against this. And this is going to be wooden floors, by the way. And of course, if I put the handles all the way upwards as much as possible, this is going to give me the most secure. Now, how much strength do you actually need to pull these handles all the way upward? That's also what we're going to check out. So it depends on where you start. If you want to get as full leverage as possible, then you just go all the way here to the end. But this isn't really natural. You're not going to be braking with all your force at the bottom. You're going to be kind of spread out. But just in case you're curious, how much force do you actually need to pull this all the way upwards? And we're going to start all the way at the end until it reaches the top here. So right, okay, that's right around there. So this looks to be about 8.82 pounds that are needed. And what if I average it out kind of like in the middle or so to get all the way upwards? I can't really get the right angle. Yeah, actually this looks to be bumping here. But to get about over here, it looks like I need about 12.13 pounds of force. So if you can squeeze enough, then this should be perfectly fine for the brakes. And in case you're curious how the brakes works, it's actually going to be with this part right here. So this is going to be a metal piece that's going to squish down on the tire, as you can see right here. And it does a pretty good job, but I still, if I give it some give, I still can move it out of the way. Of course, this is going to make a bigger difference once I actually apply the brakes and also apply some weight to it. Then that's going to be a lot harder to move around than if I were just braking it like this and then moving it around a little bit. Like I could just lift this up a little bit and then the brakes don't really do anything. But when I put my weight against it, yeah, that's going to be a lot more secure. And of course, that's going to depend on the terrain that you're using it on. So this was easy to use on actual wooden floors, but how easy is it to get out of an apartment? So right here, this is a pretty narrow looking hallway. I have like a carpet at the bottom over here that you could see. And I could just easily roll over this. And once I open the door to my apartment, there's going to be a bit of a threshold over here. It's going to be like a lip going downwards. So if I maneuver it like this, I am able to go through the doorway. And it's going to go down the threshold, and there. And here, so you can also get a better look at it. So if you see right here, this is pretty flush from here to here, but from here to here, the carpet, it's going to be maybe like 1/2 inch of a threshold, 3/4 of an inch high. And if I just try to glide over it, yeah, it's not going to go as easy as it looks. I will have to use like a little bit of force. So let's say if I like push it over, yep, I'm able to go over it like this. And then the back wheels are just a lot easier. And let me try that again. So to make it even easier, you probably will have to like tilt it back a little bit. And then continue moving forward. And then you're able to walk as normal. And now let's take this walker outside. But first we have to fold this up. So how easy is this really to fold? Well, you could start by lifting up the seat just like so. And then there's going to be this strap right here, which has to be pulled upwards. And it's actually going to be pull everything up like this. Now carrying this is kind of a little bit awkward because there's no, I guess, right way to carry it. I guess you can hold it like this or on the side, or maybe with the strap itself, you can kind of swing it over your shoulder. Although I will say when I have it here, it's not the most comfortable because my hand is kind of on the inside. But either way, let's see what happens. Let me bring this outside so you can see how it works. And so right now I'm carrying it downstairs, and it looks like the easiest swing is if I put my hand at the bottom and then just hold it just like this. All right, so now this is the outside, and I'm gonna be on some blacktop, and this is gonna have some bumps, some divots. It has like a little bit of an indentation here, so I wanna see how the brakes work with this. And as you can see, the wheels aren't exactly level. This one's not even touching the ground at the moment, but because this does have 4 wheels, I can still balance, and I don't feel like I'm gonna fall anytime soon. And now let's see how the brakes work over here. Yeah, so I guess depending on where I am, if I'm in like a bit of a hole, then one of my wheels is not gonna brake because it's kind of slanted downwards. But when I do get some grip, this does feel to be very secure on the right side. So let's see if I can go on a more flat area. Yeah, kind of like right over here, this feels flat for the back wheels. And here, so you can see like a little bit better as well too. And now let's see if I could just lift my body up from here. yeah. Now I definitely would not recommend doing this because if I lean back a little bit too much, then this can just fall over like so. Now I'm out here on my deck and moving around this with the grain, or like this, it's gonna be easy. And when I go against it, I'm gonna feel like little bumps here and there, but it's not uncomfortable. And then I can also brake. And I guess because this wood is wet, it is gonna be like a little bit slipperier, and it's not gonna be the best braking method. So yeah, as usual, if it's wet outside, be very careful. Now let's go back inside. And that's about it for this Homland Rollator Walker. I'd say the biggest complaint for this would be the installation, but again, that would be on my part for messing it up. But even so, when I did do it correctly, the knobs are gonna be a bit harder, so if you don't have most or a lot of force in your hands, I definitely would recommend getting some help to install this. But afterwards, everything is pretty easy to use and move around with. And also, I think one thing that I forgot to mention is gonna be at the bottom of this seat, because when you lift up the seat, there is gonna be this storage compartment. So you could store maybe like a little bit of groceries, you could store some extra shoes, maybe a purse. And so that's pretty nice to have. There's also gonna be a pocket over here on the front, and that's about it. But if you don't like this basket, you think it gets in your way, you can just unlatch it and take it out, just like so. But what I will say is right over here, because the seat is in the way, you will have to unscrew this whole seat so you can actually take these out here. But yeah, that's a quick look at the Homland Rollator Walker.